Okay, whether screen is visible to all? Is screen visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So we will start with programs on unit number 1. So 58 students 58 students are present. Before I start the lecture, let me tell you one thing. Uh, your attendance will be sent to your parent on every Saturday, maybe on every Saturday. So that is decided in the meeting that all the faculties, all the subject teachers will calculate your attendance for that particular week. Sent on weekly basis to your parent. So that was decided yesterday in the meeting. Okay, so don't remain absent. And those some students were saying that they don't have their personal mobile, they don't have the device with them. I raised that issue yesterday in the meeting, but the authority has given the solution that right now you are not in the college, so that transport charges, then your mess charges, food charges, those are saved right now. Okay, so you can utilize this amount to purchase the new mobile or new device. It may be laptop or it may be mobile, whatever you want. Okay, so yesterday only I raised that issue that some of the students they don't have their personal mobile. So so other authorities told me that ask the student to purchase the new mobile. Okay, so no one will give the excuse that we don't have mobile, because all the expenses are saved right now. You are not in the college, so transport charges and all other charges are saved. So you can utilize that amount to purchase the new mobile. Okay, so henceforth don't remain absent. Still the count is less. 58 students are present. After giving continuous warning, still students are remaining absent. If any problem is there, you are supposed to send the message to the authority so that we will understand you are having a problem. But if you don't send any message, and without sending message, if you remain the absent, that indicates that you are not serious at all. Okay, so still the count is less. Okay, let it be. We will start the programs on unit number 1. So this was the first program which we have taken, that is the program on constant. So I think all of you know the difference between constant and the macro. Okay, that program we have taken. So constant, before we can see the difference between constant and macro, can anybody tell me? See, we are revising the concept, so I expect that everyone should answer now. What is the difference between constant and variable? Ah, what is the difference? Anyone can reply. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Ha.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference in constant and variable? Very simple question.
सर कांस्टेंट वैल्यू
Many
कांस्टेंट
times
असते
we are
वेरिएबल
using
वैल्यू चेंज
variable.
होती.
Yes. Variable value of the variable can be changed at any point of time in the program. But as far as the constant is concerned, once we initialize the constant, we cannot change the value of that constant throughout the program. Okay, एकदा त्याला व्हॅल्यू असाइन केली, इनिशियलाइज केली की ती प्रोग्राम मध्ये कधीही कुठेही चेंज होत नाही. बट इन केस ऑफ व्हेरिएबल दॅट व्हॅल्यू कॅन बी अपडेटेड ऍट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. कुठेही तुम्ही ती व्हॅल्यू अपडेट करू शकता. That is the difference in constant and variable. Now here we have used one constant pi. Pi is the name of constant, and we have initialized the value of constant as 3.14. Okay, so that value remains as it is throughout the program, and we have entered the radius, then find out the area of circle, and that we have displayed here. Okay, so this is the simple program using the constant. So can we update the value of constant? No, the answer is no. because we cannot update the value of constant at any point of time in the program. कुठेही आपण ती व्हॅल्यू अपडेट करू शकत नाही. Okay. Now this is the program where we are trying to update the value of constant. You can see here what is the name of constant. Name of the constant is pi. Okay, value of the constant is 3.14 here, and here we are trying to update the value of this constant. If you run this program, if you write this program, and if you try to run this program, you will definitely get the error. Why it is so? Because you are trying to modify the value of constant, which is not allowed. Okay, so this program will not execute. Now same program, write a program to find area of triangle using macro. Area of triangle, instead of that, read as area of circle. Now same program we can do by using the macro. Okay, so you can see here, instead of using that constant, we have used here the macro. Now how can we identify the macro? How can we identify the preprocessor? Before that, how can we identify the preprocessor? How to identify the preprocessor?
By hash sign.
Yes, yes. That hash symbol indicates the preprocessor statement. So in this program, we have three preprocessors. Okay. First three statements are the preprocessor statements. And in front of this preprocessor, we have to write the directive. We have different directives, like include is one of the directive, define is one of the directive. Then we have some conditional compilation directives. Okay. So these are different directives which we are writing after the hash. Now, how to identify the macro? If I write the directive hash define. Okay, so hash define indicates that it is a macro. In front of that define, we are giving the name of the macro. What is the name of macro here? Name of the macro is pi. Okay, and value of the macro is 3.14. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this 3.14 is the value of this macro. What is name of the macro? Pi. So you can see here, whenever we call the macro, macro is expanded. Whenever macro is expanded, that macro call will be replaced by the value of that macro. That is, you can see the statement area is equal to, whether, am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So see this statement, the highlighted statement, area is equal to pi into r into r. So this pi is nothing but the macro. So this pi will be replaced by 3.14. Compiler don't need to search this pi into the memory because it is a preprocessor statement, and this is already evaluated by the preprocessor. Whenever we have to write the macro, that macro will be already replaced by its actual value. Okay, as it is the preprocessor statement. So this pi will be replaced by 3.14 here only. Compiler will not jump to this particular statement. Okay, compiler will not jump from this statement to this statement to check the value of pi, because this value is already given here. This pi is already replaced by 3.14. But to check the value of r, compiler has to jump to the location of r. R is the name of variable. Okay, compiler has to search that variable into the memory, and from there it will take the value of that variable r. But for macro, no need to search that macro in the memory because it is already expanded. Okay, then area of circle will be calculated and it will be printed. If I print the value of pi here, value of pi will be 3.40. Okay, now next question is, can we update the value of macro? Whether my voice is breaking? Some students are writing in the
No,
comment that
sir.
voice is breaking. Is it clear, na?
No,
Yes, sir.
sir, it is
Your voice is
clear.
breaking.
No, sir, it is clear.
Okay, okay, okay. So can we update the value? Just a minute. Can we update the value of macro? You tell me. Can we update the value of macro? Can we update the value of macro? Hello? Hello? Can we update the value of
Yes,
macro?
sir.
You reply. See, on
Yes,
your
sir.
request only,
Yes,
on
sir.
your
Yes,
request
sir.
only, we are taking the revision.
Yes,
So
sir.
you all should participate and all should answer. Otherwise, I will start the new point. Hmm. So value of the macro can be updated. Okay, how can we update the value of macro? Now same program, this is the program, we are rewriting the same program here. Okay, this is the macro, name of the macro is pi, value of the macro is 3.14. Here we have calculated the area of circle. Now I want to redefine this macro pi. I want to redefine this macro pi to some new value. I want to assign some new value to this macro. How to assign the new value? First of all, I need to undefine this macro. Okay, how to undefine that? For that we have directive undefined. You can see here hash undefined pi means what? This macro pi is now undefined. Okay, once we undefine the macro, we can redefine that macro. See the next statement, hash define pi 3.20. Now we have redefined this macro pi to new value 3.20. Now if I print the value of this pi here, what will be the value of pi? After this printf
3.20.
statement, yes, after this printf
3.20.
statement, yes, why it is so, why it will not take this 3.14 value? Because this statement indicates that we are redefining the macro. First of all, undefine that. After undefining, define it to new value. Now, from this particular point, wherever you are referring pi, the value of pi will be taken as 3.20. But in case of constant, we cannot modify the value of constant. It remains the same as it is throughout the program. But in case of macro, we can update the value of macro. That is the difference between macro and the constant. Now we know macro has two types. One, the first macro that acts like a constant. Now this is the macro which acts like a constant. Okay, and second type of macro is that the macro that is acting as a function. Okay, the way function behaves, in the same way macro can behave. We will see the program. So this program we have already executed. Macro with arguments, that is function like macro. This is the second type of macro. Okay, that macro behaves like the function. Let us see the program, you will understand it. So hash include, we have 4 hash statements here, means that we have, just a minute, we have 4 preprocessors here. Okay, everywhere wherever hash is written, that indicates the preprocessor. So hash define pi 3.14, this is the macro which acts like a constant, and this second statement indicates that this is the macro that acts like a function. Okay, this macro acts like a function. Okay, now we know that to function we are passing some value. Voice is breaking. Voice is breaking. Students are messaging in the comment. Whether my voice is breaking?
No, sir, it is
Sometimes.
clear.
Some of the students, they are saying that voice is breaking. Now whether am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Goraknath and Dipali, check your internet connection. remaining students, they are saying that voice is clear. Check out the internet
ब्रेक होतोय
connection, whether
मधून
you have any range issue or not. Voice
नाही
break
सर
होतोय.
रेंज आहे की मधून मधून ब्रेक होतोय जरा.
बाकीचे म्हणतायत की ब्रेक होत नाहीत. ओके, ठीक
होतोय जरा
आहे.
ब्रेक.
जर आता ब्रेक झाला तर सांगा मला.
रेंज तर आहे.
तुमचा पण आवाज मला ब्रेक होतोय. हा, शुभम बोला. हा, येस येस शुभम.
सर शेजारचा आवाज पण असं हे येतोय, ब्रेक होऊन येतो.
शेजारचा आवाज ब्रेक होऊन येतोय.
हा, त्याला रेंज प्रॉब्लेम असेल असं वाटतं.
ओके. बघा, तुमचाच रेंजचा प्रॉब्लेम मे बी असू शकतो. ठीक आहे, आता जर ब्रेक झाला तर सांगा. रेंज चेक करा सगळ्यांनी, रेंज वगैरे आहे का. दुसऱ्या जागेवर जाऊन एकदा चेक करा, तिथं आवाज येतो का व्यवस्थित. आता येतो सगळ्यांना आवाज व्यवस्थित माझा.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see this statement, see this program. We have 4 preprocessor statements here. Now focus on third and fourth preprocessor statement. Third is the preprocessor statement that include the macro directive, that is define indicate macro. So this is the macro that acts like a constant, and this is the macro that acts like a function. Okay, both the macros we have used here. Now we know that this macro that acts like a function, we know that to function we, okay, so this parameter bracket, this bracket we have written to pass the parameter. हे ब्रॅकेट कशासाठी लिहिलेलं आहे, जर फंक्शनला जर मॅक्रोला काय पॅरामीटर पास करायचे असतील, फॉर दिस पर्पज वी हॅव रिटन द ब्रॅकेट हिअर अँड वी हॅव पास सम पॅरामीटर हिअर, अँड इन फ्रंट ऑफ दॅट वी हॅव टू राईट द लॉजिक ऑफ दॅट मॅक्रो. म्हणजे तो मॅक्रो काय करणार आहे ते समोर त्याच्या लिहायचं इथं. ओके, नाउ व्हॉट दिस मॅक्रो इज गोइंग टू डू, this macro is going to perform the multiplication of pi into r. Okay, pi is again itself is one macro, that is 3.14. so this pi will be replaced by 3.14. this r will be sent by the user, so pi into r. Now come to the main function, enter the radius, user will enter the radius here. Okay, then next, area of circle is equal to %f, and here we are calling the macro. Okay, from this particular point we are calling the macro. Now we know that whenever we are calling the macro, that macro call will be replaced by its actual value. Now what is the value of this macro, that is this particular value, that is pi into r. So this area macro will be replaced by pi into r. Okay, so this is the macro that behaves like a function. But my question is that, can we say macro is an alternative to function? Can we say macro is an alternative to function? Reply all. Are you getting my question? Can we say macro?
Yes, sir.
Can we say
Yes.
macro is an alternative to function?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Up to some extent we can say macro is an alternative to the function, but for not all. Every time we cannot go for macro instead of function. If your program is small enough, okay, if your program is expanded in a single line, at that time only you can go for macro. If you have number of lines, if you have more than one line, if you have 10 lines, 20 lines, 1000 lines, at that time you cannot go for macro. Macro is only used when your code is small. Okay, but for large program, for large coding, you have to go with function only. You cannot go with macro every time. जर तुमचा प्रोग्राम लहान असेल आणि सारखा सारखा तुम्हाला एक्झिक्यूट करायचा असेल, तर त्या केसमध्ये तुम्ही फंक्शनच्या ऐवजी मॅक्रो यूज करू शकता. पण आपण असं म्हणू शकत नाही की प्रत्येक वेळेस मॅक्रो हे फंक्शनला अल्टरनेटिव्ह आहे. कधी अल्टरनेटिव्ह आहे? इफ युअर कोड इज स्मॉल and if you want to execute a particular code frequently again and again, at that time you can go for macro. But not every time macro is alternative to the function. Up to some extent it is alternative. Okay, so this program also we have performed. Write a program to find greater number amongst the two number using function like macro. So this is the program. Okay, you can see here. Now this program can be performed by using the ternary operator. Some of the students, they have performed this program by using the ternary operator. So instead of writing this, you can write the ternary operator. What ternary operator? If like a greater than b question mark a colon b, माहिती आहे ना, कंडिशनल ऑपरेटर टर्नरी ऑपरेटर म्हणतात त्याला. So you can write the same program by using the ternary operator. Now this is the macro that find out the greater number amongst the two number. It is simple program. We know that whenever macro is called, आता काही मुलांनी असा क्वेश्चन विचार, macro max. Okay, we are calling this macro max, but why we are not passing any relational operator here? Because the reason is that whenever we are calling the macro, this macro will be replaced by its actual code. So this max ab will be replaced by a is greater than b. Here इथं काय रिप्लेस होईल बघा, हे मॅक्स ए बी च्या ऐवजी काय कोड येईल इथं, ए इज ग्रेटर दॅन बी हा कोड इथे येईल. हे माहिती आहे सगळ्यांना. वेन मॅक्रो इज एक्सपांडेड, मॅक्रो कॉल इज व्हॉट इज द व्हॅल्यू मॅक्रो दॅट इज ए ग्रेटर दॅन बी. म्हणजे त्याचं जे काय लॉजिक आहे दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी व्हॅल्यू ऑफ दॅट
Hello,
मॅक्रो. व्हॉट
sir.
इज द लॉजिक ऑफ दिस मॅक्रो
Hello, sir.
मॅक्स दॅट इज ए ग्रेटर. Yes, yes, yes,
Sir, your voice is breaking.
yes.
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is
Voice is breaking. Voice is breaking. Just a minute, I will check what is the problem. I have a full range, so how it is possible? Am I audible?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible to all?
Yes, now. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay. So some students ask me the question that in this if statement, we are calling the max macro. Okay, max is the name of macro. So why don't we pass any relational operator here? Because we have to test condition of a greater than b. This condition is already evaluated here. Whenever macro is called, this particular statement will be replaced by its actual code. What is the actual code of this macro? Kai code is actual code, that is a greater than b. So this particular statement will be replaced by a greater than b. So already relational operator is used here. So no need to write any relational operator here. Okay. So greater number is a, otherwise greater number is b. So that program we have performed. Then write a program to test entered character is uppercase letter or not. So this is the program. This program is also we have performed in the last lecture. Okay. Define up. Up indicates what? It is name of the macro, and we are passing one parameter. So x greater than or equal to capital A and x less than or equal to capital Z. If this condition is true, we can say that this is the uppercase letter. So enter any character. Character is stored to ch variable, and we are calling this macro. So this particular statement will be replaced by this entire code, because macro call is replaced by macro definition. Okay. Then just a minute. Okay. Write a program to test entered character is lowercase letter or not. So we have seen. So it is also very easy program. Just we need to check whether x is greater than or equal to small a and x is less than or equal to small z. Okay, x stored in a variable x. So this particular code, this particular macro call will be replaced by this entire code. Okay, if it is true, then %c is lowercase letter, otherwise it is not the lowercase letter. That also we have seen. Okay, now this is the combined program. We have combined together this program, uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and if entered character is neither uppercase nor lowercase, at that time you can say that entered character is not an alphabet. Okay. Now this is the program on predefined macro. Predefined macro. Don't write your roll number in the chat box. Huh? At the end, I'm going to take the attendance. At that time, those were present, those will be considered as present for the lecture. Okay. Now this is the program on predefined macros. So we have some predefined macros which are already defined. No need to define that macros. Okay. Now here, some of the students have messaged me. Some of the students have sent me the screenshot that how to write this file macro. So this before the name of macro and after the name of macro, we have written underscore 2 times. ओके, 2 वेळा आपण इथं अंडरस्कोर लिहिलेलं आहे बघा, हा आणि हा. ओके, एव्हरीवेअर यू कॅन सी दॅट बिफोर अँड आफ्टर वी हॅव रिटन दी अंडरस्कोर 2 times. So that you need to write that name of the macro properly, otherwise you will get the error. Okay, it is a predefined macro, so name of the macro is already defined. So in order to call that macro, we have to write name of that macro as it is. We cannot change the name of the macro because it is predefined, it is already defined. Okay, so this is the program on predefined macro. Now let us program to concat the integers. Now this is the program. This particular operator is a cascading operator. You can see this operator is called as a cascading operator. Whenever we are writing 2 times hash, it indicates that it is a cascading operator. Okay, and this operator we can use to concat the 2 integer numbers, and it will be applied only on the integer numbers. Okay, सगळ्यांना आवाज क्लिअरली ऐकू येतोय ना?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
रिप्लाय करा सगळे.
Yes,
आता
sir.
क्लिअर येतोय ऐकू सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
नाहीतर असं व्हायला नको की मीच एकटा बडबड बडबड चालू आहे माझी. ओके, just a minute. So this cascading operator you can use to concat the 2 integer numbers. Now you may ask the question how to concat 2 characters. Okay, how to concat 2 strings. So to concat the strings we have different functions. Further, that concept we are going to study in unit number 3rd. Probably I think unit number 3rd is all about the string. Okay, so at that time we will see how to concat the strings, how to copy the strings, all we are going to see that afterwards. So don't worry about how to concat the strings. I am getting many messages. That's just a minute, I will read the messages. Many students are sending messages that unable to join, left the session because I am facing a network problem, like that. Just a minute, I will write one message for them. Very good. Okay. So this is the program to concat the integers. Okay. Now creating your own header file, that we have seen in the last lecture. We have seen the programs on this also, and most of the students, they have created their own header files. How to create the header files? मोबाईल मध्ये झाले का? मोबाईल मध्ये करून बघितलं सगळ्यांनी? हेडर फाईल तयार होते का मोबाईल मध्ये?
Sir, depend upon
I have not
compiler.
checked it. Depends on the compiler.
काही compiler वर होते, काही वर नाही होत.
हा सर.
ओके, पण चेक केले तुम्ही?
Yes, sir.
येस सर.
Okay. So these are some of the steps how to create the header file. So first of all, you need to write the program. There you can define any number of functions that you want to reuse. कुठं reuse करायचे function, ते function एका header file मध्ये h extension, as this is going to be your header file. So extension of the header file is .h. For example, my.h. You can give any name to this header file. Then write another program where you want to refer that header file and include that header file in your program. One condition is that both the files must be at the same location. Okay. Now this simple program we have taken. One function we have written in the header file. This is your header file, because you need to save this header file with my.h. That is .h extension. My is the name of header file. You can give any name to this header file, no issue. But the extension of this file must be .h, as this is going to be your header file. Define any number of functions in this header file. Okay, so this function you can reuse anywhere. You need to just include that header file in your program. So this is file number 1, where you need to define the functions. This is file number 2, that is program number 2, where you need to include this header file. You can see first two are library header files. Okay, first two are library header files, stdio.h and conio.h. These are two library header files, and these library header files are written inside the angular bracket. You can see here, inside the angular bracket these header files are written. And statement number 3, see, hash include my.h. Now this is user defined header file. How it is included? This header file is written in the program by using the double quote. You have included this header file in the program in a double quote. Okay. And what function we have defined in the header file? What function we have defined here? That is add function. Okay. So you can call this add function. See, enter the numbers. We have taken the numbers from user. We have stored this number. You just need to call this function. You don't need to redefine that function, because that function is already defined in my.h header file. Okay, you just need to call that function. So here I am calling the function by passing the parameter, because this function is going to take the two parameters. This function is going to take two parameters. So pass here two parameters. Okay, so these two parameters are passed. It will receive these two parameters, perform this addition, and it will return the result. Okay, so whatever result this add function is going to return, that result we are storing to variable c, and that will be displayed. So this is the simple example how to create the own header file. Same program with macro. So whether you have executed this program on macro, so you can see same program with macro. First of all, this is file number 1. Here you need to create the macro, hash define add. These are the two parameters of macro, and this macro is going to perform the addition. Okay, just a minute. So in this program, you need to define the macro. You can define any number of macros. And the thing is that you need to store this file with .h extension, because it is the header file. And here you can call the macro. So you can see my.h header file is included by writing it in a double quote. Then we are calling this macro add. We are calling the macro add. Okay, by passing the parameter a and b. Code that is a plus. Okay, because this is the macro, and whenever macro expansion occurs, that is macro call is replaced by its actual logic. So here that macro will be replaced by its actual logic. So same program we have performed by using the macro. Then This was the problem statement given to you, and students they have executed the this particular program. Now, programs on storage classes. I think this particular points we have not taken. Okay, programs on storage classes. Classes, which are those? Auto storage class, then static, register, and extern. These are the classes. Okay, what storage class, what kind of information is given by the storage class? So information about the scope of variable that is given by the storage. See, storage class is associated with each and every variable. Okay, every variable has two things. दोन गोष्टी असतात प्रत्येक व्हेरिएबलला. पहिली काय, डेटा टाइप ऑफ दॅट व्हेरिएबल, अँड सेकंड इज व्हॉट, स्टोरेज क्लास ऑफ दॅट व्हेरिएबल. डेटा टाइप काय इंडिकेट करतो की त्या व्हेरिएबल मध्ये कुठल्या टाइपची व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही स्टोअर करणार आहे. आणि व्हॉइस इज अगेन ब्रेकिंग. ऑडिबल क्लिअरली टू ऑल?
Yes, sir.
I'm not getting what is the problem, because some of the students they are saying that voice is breaking. Because I don't have any problem.
Sometime
Yes.
breaking, sir.
Sometimes breaking. I am not getting why it is so, because range is full here. No issue, but just a minute. I will change the headphone. It is not your fault, sir. Your voice is clear. Then what is problem? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
येस सर, पण काय होतंय काय काय वेळेस ब्रेक होतोय आवाज.
काही वेळेस ब्रेक होतोय. मलाच समजणं काय प्रॉब्लेम झालाय, कारण रेंज तर फुल आहे. तुम्ही चेक करा, ज्यांना प्रॉब्लेम होतोय एकदा रेंज चेक करा. दुसऱ्या जागेवरती जाऊन चेक करा काय प्रॉब्लेम येतोय का. जर सेम प्रॉब्लेम येत असेल तर मला सांगा तसं, कारण मला तर काय टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लेम इथे दिसत नाही. रेंज पण फुल आहे. ओके, हेडफोन पण मी चेंज केला. आता आता व्हॉइस ब्रेक झाला तर सांगा मला. मे बी हेडफोनचा प्रॉब्लेम होता का, आय डोंट नो. सो आय हॅव चेंज द हेडफोन ऑल्सो. ओके, नाव इट इज क्लिअरली ऑडिबल.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So programs on storage classes. So I think we missed this particular point in the last lecture. So we have 4 storage classes: auto storage class, static storage class, register storage class, and external storage class. Okay, so every variable has associated with two things. One thing is that the data type of the variable, and another thing is that the storage class associated with that variable. Okay, data type indicates that what type of value that variable is going to store, and storage class indicates that the scope information about the variable. Okay, means that particular variable is accessible to particular point. Where it is accessible, that information is given by the storage class. Okay, तो variable particular कुठं कुठं access होऊ शकतो, so that information is given by the storage class. Okay, now let us see the first auto storage class. First storage class is a auto storage class. Now this is the default storage class for the local variables. Okay, this particular storage class is associated with the local variable. If you don't assign the auto storage class to local variable, it will be by default taken as the auto storage class. You can see here we have two variables here in this program, variable A and variable B. Now here we are externally mentioning that this particular variable B is a just a minute. This variable B belongs to the auto storage class. Okay, and this variable A also belongs to auto storage class, even though we have not written here auto, but both these variables are local variables. Why these are local? Because these are written in a function. These variables are declared within the function. It means that these variables are local, and auto is the storage class associated with all the local variables, even though you are not writing that auto. You can see here for variable A we have not written the auto here, but still variable A is also auto, variable B is also auto. Okay, are you getting this point? And then this is simple example, nothing else we have done here. Okay, performing the addition and displaying that. But we need to understand the storage class. What information is given by the storage class? What information is given by the storage class? Can anybody tell me? We have repeated it so many times. Can anyone tell me what type of information is given by the storage class? Am I audible?
Location of variable, sir. It informs location of variable, sir.
Sorry?
Variables.
Someone?
It informs variable scope.
Your voice is
Hello, sir.
breaking. Yes, yes.
It informs variable scope, sir.
Can you write your answer in the comment box? Because your voice is continuously breaking. Variable scope. Okay, location of variable. Correct. Very good. Okay. So scope of that variable is given by the storage class associated with that variable, and auto is the default storage class associated with all the local variables. Okay, local variables declared within the function, variables declared within the block, those variables are local variables. Even though we are not writing that auto storage class, still default storage class to local variable is auto. Okay, see one more example. Now this variable D is not a local variable, and we are trying to assign the auto storage class to this variable. If you execute this program, definitely you will get the error. हा प्रोग्राम सगळ्यांनी एक्झिक्यूट करून बघा बरं, तुम्हाला एरर येतोय का? इट इज इनकरेक्ट बिकॉज ऑटो इंडिकेट्स लोकल व्हेरिएबल ओनली. ओके, ऑटोचा अर्थ काय होतो? ऑटोमॅटिक. बट टू whom it is automatic? It is automatic to local variable only. Okay, you cannot assign the auto storage class to global variable because variable D is global variable. Okay, and you are trying to assign the auto storage class to this global variable, which is not allowed. Try to execute this program, which is very small program. You try to execute the program and tell me the output, all of you.
Sir.
This program, try to execute this program and check out whether it is executing and what is the output of this program. You try to execute. Because we are saying that auto is the storage class associated with all local variables, and we are trying to assign the auto storage class to global variable, which is not allowed. Okay, check it out whether program is executing. Rutuja, have you got the problem statement? Hello? Rutuja and Amruta, have you got the problem statement? Reply
Yes,
something.
sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So execute this program, all of you,
सर
and
एरर
show
येत
me the output. What is the output of this program? Yes, definitely you will get the error.
हा सर स्टोरेज
Why error is
ऍटो इज
there?
नॉट अलाउड हिअर म्हणून एरर येते सर.
Yes. Correct. Why it is so? Can you tell me why it is so?
तर ऍटो फॉर लोकल व्हेरिएबल ना.
Yes. And you are trying to assign that auto storage class to global variable because variable D is a global variable. Correct, na?
हा सर.
Okay. Very good. So this is all about the auto storage class. Rutuja.
Sir, what is use of auto storage class?
What is use of auto storage class? To specify the scope of variable. Auto is the storage class associated with all local variables. Okay, even though we don't write that auto to local variable, it will by default take that auto storage class. You can see this. In main function, we have two variables, variable A and variable B. Both these variables having auto storage class. कारण का ऑटो स्टोरेज क्लास असणार, कारण हे दोन्ही व्हेरिएबल ए आणि व्हेरिएबल बी दोन्ही व्हेरिएबल कसे आहेत, लोकल व्हेरिएबल आहेत. लोकल कधी म्हणू शकतो, जर ते व्हेरिएबल फंक्शन मध्ये डिक्लेअर केले असतील किंवा ब्लॉक मध्ये डिक्लेअर केले असतील तर आपण त्याला काय म्हणतो, दीज आर लोकल व्हेरिएबल्स. सो ए आणि बी दोन्ही लोकल व्हेरिएबल आहेत. एच्या अगोदर इथं आपण कुठेही ऑटो लिहिलेलं नाही. वी हॅव नॉट स्पेसिफाईड ऑटो बिफोर दी नेम ऑफ दिस व्हेरिएबल ए. But still variable A is also auto variable. That is storage class associated with variable A is auto. Storage class associated with variable B is also auto. Here we are manually specifying. Okay. आणि इथं आपण काय करतो, this is a global variable and to this global variable we are trying to assign the auto storage class, which is not allowed because this auto storage class is associated with only local variables. Okay. So for what purpose we can use the auto storage class? To provide the scope information about the variable. Okay, आपण लिहिला तरी चालतो, नाही लिहिला तरी चालतो ऑटो स्टोरेज क्लास. येते लक्षात सगळ्यांच्या? कारण आतापर्यंत आपण जे व्हेरिएबल घेतोय ते सगळे लोकल व्हेरिएबल घेतले. तर आतापर्यंत एवढे प्रोग्राम आपण केले, सगळ्यामध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं, लोकल व्हेरिएबल्स यूज केले होते आणि तिथं कुठेही आपण ऑटो यूज केलेलं नाही. पण बाय डिफॉल्ट ते व्हेरिएबल कसे होते, ऑटो स्टोरेज क्लास असोसिएटेड होता त्या प्रत्येक व्हेरिएबल. आर यू गेटिंग दिस ऋतुजा? हॅलो. Okay, let us see the next point. Static storage class. Okay, what is use of that static storage class? आपण हे बघितलं होतं एकदा, बघा आठवते का? Whenever we are writing static keyword before the data type of variable, you can see this statement. We have written
Global
this
variable.
static keyword. Who's there?
ग्लोबल व्हेरिएबल फॉर.
Global variable, we can say, but its use is different. We can make the variable global variable static. We can make global variable static, no issue, but use of the static is somewhat different. Okay, I will tell you the differences, or I will tell you the use of that static keyword. One thing is that whenever you make any variable static, only single copy of that variable is created in the memory. Okay, first thing is what, only single copy of that particular variable is created in the memory. मग तुम्ही तो व्हेरिएबल किती वेळा कॉल करा, तुम्ही जर तो व्हेरिएबल 10 वेळा कॉल केला, जर हा व्हेरिएबल तुमचा सी नॉर्मल व्हेरिएबल असता तर काय झालं असतं बघा, दिस व्हेरिएबल सी 10 copies of this particular variable c is created in the memory if this variable c is not a static variable. As it is a static variable, it means that only one copy of this variable c will be created in the memory. हा पहिला यूज झाला. दुसरा काय म्हणू शकतो, as it is a static means what? Something is happening at the compile time itself. ज्या वेळेस स्टॅटिक कीवर्ड येतो त्यावेळेस लक्षात ठेवायचं सगळ्यांनी. Whenever static keyword comes, it means that something is happening at the time of compilation. कंपायलेशन म्हणजे कधी? रन टाइमला नाही, रन टाइमच्या अगोदर आपण प्रोग्राम कंपाईल करतो त्यावेळेसच काहीतरी होते. मग आता इथं व्हेरिएबल स्टॅटिक आहे, याचा अर्थ काय होते? याला मेमरी कधी अलोकेट केली जाते? कंपाईल टाइमला मेमरी अलोकेट केली जाते. Normally memory to the variable is allocated at the time of program execution, because variables are runtime entities, you can say like that. But this variable is a static variable, so memory allocation is done at the time of compilation itself, and only one copy of this variable is created. This is one thing. दोन यूजेस सांगितले मी तुम्हाला स्टॅटिकचे. अजून एक यूज काय आहे बघा. once you can initialize this static variable only for once. एकदाच तुम्ही व्हेरिएबल तो इनिशियलाइज करा. ज्या वेळेस तुम्ही तो व्हेरिएबल कॉल कराल आणि व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही अपडेट कराल त्यावेळेस काय केलं जाईल? न्यू व्हॅल्यू, वॉट एव्हर अपडेटेड व्हॅल्यू दिस व्हेरिएबल इज हॅव्हिंग, दॅट अपडेटेड व्हॅल्यू विल बी टेकन. ओके, first what you do, you execute this program, you will understand it. Execute this program and show me the output. आणि तुम्हाला काय कळालं त्यातून तुम्ही सांगायचं. हा प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट करा सगळ्यांनी. Am I audible now? Akshay?
Yes, sir.
So what you do, all of you, execute this program and show me the output. First of all,
Okay, sir.
execute this program with static keyword and then remove the static keyword and show me the output. एक्झिक्यूट करा सगळ्यांनी आणि आउटपुट दाखवा. तुमच्या लक्षात येईल. तुम्ही सांगायचं, तुम्ही स्वतःच आन्सर सांगणार मला. हा प्रोग्राम तुम्ही एक्झिक्यूट करायचा विथ स्टॅटिक कीवर्ड अँड विदाउट स्टॅटिक कीवर्ड, आणि तुम्ही स्वतःच मला आन्सर द्याल. एक्झिक्यूट करा सगळ्यांनी. Don't take much time because it is not a big program. Only 7 to 8 lines are there. Static storage class. I will take a pause for 3-4 minutes, and then you have to show your program. We will check your program with static keyword, okay, and without static keyword. What will be the output and what change you are getting, that you have to show me.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Rutuja.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Voice is
And
breaking.
here
Ah.
rain is
And
coming, so that. Maybe.
okay, still you join.
Sir, I can get before 5.
I can
I can
write
get
your
before 5.
what you do, write your problem in the comment box. Okay, all of you, don't take much time. Who will present? Those are having any problem, they can write in the comment box. I will read those comments and I will give you the solution. Who will present this program? Not a big program. You execute the program, you will understand what the static indicates and what is the use of static.
सर एरर येत आहे.
काय रे ते प्रोग्राम दाखवा. Just a minute. Just a minute. प्रोग्राम दाखवा, प्रोग्राम शो करा. int main display. सी डिक्लेरेशनला तुम्ही इंट डिस्प्ले करताय आणि डेफिनेशनला वॉइड डिस्प्ले करताय. Ratan, are you getting the problem? Yes. What is that 611? Show me the program again. So, can you predict the output of this program?
611 is
Presenting, I think. What can be the output of this program?
611.
611.
611. Okay. Now, if you remove this static, what is the output? Check out. Six. Why it is so? Okay, we'll ask some other students. Yes.
आपण जर स्टॅटिक असं टाकलं तिथं तर ते रिटर्न करताना 5+6 असं 6 व्हॅल्यू घेऊन जाते सी साठी. आणि नंतर दुसऱ्या वेळेस जेव्हा आपण कॉल करतो त्यावेळेस 5+1 ते 11 असं दाखवतंय. म्हणजे 6+5 अधिक 11 असं दाखवतंय सर.
Yes, that is 611 means 6 and 11. 6 and 11. So actual output should be what? का असं होते सांगा बरं.
स्टॅटिक हा एकच म्हणजे आपण जर त्याला अपडेट केली व्हॅल्यू तर तो तीच व्हॅल्यू घेऊन परत रिटर्न होतो.
येस. विदाउट स्टॅटिक आउटपुट काय येते तुमचं? 6 आणि 6 दोन्ही वेळा 6 येते. बरोबर, करेक्ट आहे का? विदाउट स्टॅटिक आउटपुट इज 6 and 6. Why it is so? Because whenever you are coming to the function, it will initialize that variable to 1. If you don't write that static, what is happening? That C is again initialized to 1 because this display function is executing 2 times. Okay, whenever first time that display function executes, value of the C will be 1. That 1 is added into the 5 and output will be 6. Okay, again you call that display function. Okay, I will present the program so that everyone will understand. Just a minute. Okay, see this program, all of you. What is happening? This display function is executed 2 times. Okay, so when first time this display function will execute, value of the C is 1. Okay, that 1 is added into 5, result will be 6, and that 6 will be displayed. Now, what is the value of C here? Value of C is 6. Correct? Value of C काय झाली इथं? 6 झाली. परत ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही दुसऱ्यांदा डिस्प्ले फंक्शन कॉल कराल, ओके, परत इथं ते रिइनिशियलाइज होणार नाही 1 ला. C will not be reinitialized to 1. It will take the previous value of 6. What was the previous value of 6? C, that is 6. C ची जुनी व्हॅल्यू काय होती? 6 होती. So that 6 will be added into 5. 6 plus 5, 11. So next time the output will be 11. So with static output will be 6 and 11. But without static, if I remove the static, what is happening? When first type display function will execute, value of C is 1, 1 is added into 5, value of C will be 6. When second time display function will execute, again C will be initialized to 1. Okay, it will not take the previous value, it will reinitialize that C to 1, as this is not a static variable. But if I make it a static, it will take the previous updated value. It will take the previous updated value. Are you getting this, all of you?
Yes.
So you can say that static variable is initialized only for once. Whenever it is updated, it will take the updated value every time. आता तुम्ही अजून एकदा display function call करा. Call this display function once again and check it out. With static variable and without static variable, check करा. Aishwarya, you can present.
Okay, sir.
हाँ.
One, 6, 11, and 26.
6, 11 and 26. 20. व्हॅल्यू किती येते मला परत एकदा सांगा. 6, 11 and
without static 666.
And with
ओके
static,
ओके प्रोग्राम दाखवा
6,
म्हणजे लक्षात
11,
येईल. हा
16.
6, 11, 16.
17.
ओके ओके, शो मी द आउटपुट, एव्हरीवन विल सी दॅट. Okay, with static, write that, call that function once again.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello.
so 6, 11 and 16. बरोबर आहे. तिथं स्लॅश एन द्या, आउटपुट व्यवस्थित दिसेल. हे आउटपुट असं काय समजत नाही. कम टू द प्रोग्राम. प्रोग्राम मध्ये या परत एकदा. हॅलो ऐश्वर्या, कॅन यू हिअर मी?
Can I present, sir?
Who is there?
Akshay, sir.
Akshay. You can present, Akshay. But output should look properly. Clear that screen also, so that your previous output will be. Just a minute. Just wait. I will check it on PC. I execute it once again. Akshay, can you execute it again?
Sir, can I present?
Okay, Rahul, you
Okay,
can
sir.
present. Who is presenting? Akshay is presenting. Okay, Akshay present first. Afterwards, Rahul will present. Okay, 6, 11 and 16. Now remove that static and check the output. Now what will be the output? 6 every time, because whenever whenever you are entering into the display function, it will first of all initialize that variable to 1. and then it will be added into the 5. So every time you will get the output as 6, but with static you are getting the different output. Okay, who is presenting? Rahul, you can present. Rahul, and afterwards Deepali will present. Who is presenting? Rahul is there, na? Yes. Okay, call this function once again 4 times. Or what you do, instead of writing 3 times or 4 times there, write the for loop there and call this function 4 times. In a for loop, call this function 4 times. That will be better.
सर मी फॉर लूप लिहून दाखवतो.
बर ठीक आहे चालेल. Who is next? Deepali, you can present. Deepali, yes. So can you write there for loop instead of writing that instead of calling that function 3 times, call the function 4 times. Yes.
मिनिटं करून दाखवते.
Sorry.
2 मिनिट सर करते.
Okay. Saidip, you can present.
सर फॉर लूप वापरतो आधी.
For loop use करून present करा. For loop use करून. Who will present the program with for loop? 4 times you have to call that function.
सर प्रणय प्रेझेंट.
Who's there? Sonal. You can. Yes. Go ahead.
हां.
Okay. Show me the output. 6, 11, 20, 16 and 21. Correct. Very good. Okay, I am going to give you one chance last, and then we will see next program. Preeti, can you present with for loop? Preeti, are you there? Hello. Oh, Kurjagar sir.
Sir, can I?
Who is there? Saidip. You can present.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is visible.
Yes. Using a static. Okay. Show me the program output. Using static after change 1 6, after change 6 11, after change 1116 without static 666. 11. Okay, okay, 1116. Okay. ठीक है, very good.
Can I, sir?
Who is there? Trupti, you can present, but one thing is that one condition I'm mentioning here is that you have to ask the user whether you want to execute the program with static or without static. If user enters 1, you need to execute the program with static. If user enters 2, you need to execute the program without static. Can you do this?
सर ट्राय करते हैं.
Okay, all of you try this. Show two option to the user. That one, when user enters 1, you need to show the output with static keyword. And when user enters 2, you need to show the output without static keyword to user. Make this change in the program and show me the output. Anyone can show me the output. You can take 2-3 minutes of time. Don't take much time. Only you need to make some changes in the program. You need to use some concept. What concept you need to use, you just think on it. You can do this program in different ways. So which way you want to execute, it's up to you. But first of all, show the two option to user, with static, without static. One will be for with static, two will be for without static. If I enter 1, you need to ask the user to enter the numbers. When a user will enter the number, yeah, that output will be displayed. Okay, based on user's choice. Who will present the program? Hello, am I audible to all? Trupti, can you execute the program?
सर 1 minute.
Okay, but don't take much time. Huh?
Yes sir.
Hmm.
Can I, sir?
Who wants to present?
Akshay, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. You can present. जस्ट अ मिनिट. For with static press 1 or for without static press 2. Okay, press 1. So you need to ask the user to enter the number here. When I press 1, here you need to ask the user enter the numbers. 2.
सर एक दोन वेळा कॉल करायचा म्हणजे रिपीट करायचे ते लूप.
हे बघा काय करायचं आहे तुमच्या लक्षात येते का बघा. तुम्ही सुरुवातीला युजरला चॉईस काय आहे ते दाखवणार बरोबर. 1 फॉर सपोज 1 फॉर स्टॅटिक, 2 फॉर विदाउट स्टॅटिक, बरोबर का. त्याच्यानंतर समजा मी 1 एंटर केलं की परत तुम्ही युजर कडून नंबर एंटर करून घ्यायला पाहिजेत ना. आता इथे दोन्ही डिस्प्ले मध्ये तुम्ही काय केले बघा, नंबर घ्या ना. डिस्प्ले दोन्ही डिस्प्ले फंक्शन मध्ये नंबर एंटर करून घ्या. किंवा नंबर येस अक्षय.
काय सर म्हणलं काय कळलं.
सुरुवातीला ऑप्शन काय दाखवायचं युजरला. युजरनं जर 1 टाकलं तर स्टॅटिक बरोबर स्टॅटिक होणार, 2 टाकलं तर विदाउट स्टॅटिक होणार, बरोबर का.
हा सर.
असं हे 2 ऑप्शन युजरला दिसले का पहिल्यांदा. त्याच्यानंतर काय करणार तुम्ही, समजा मी 1 एंटर केलं की काय व्हायला पाहिजे, स्टॅटिक बरोबर व्हायला पाहिजे. मग त्याच्या 1 एंटर केल्यानंतर तुम्ही युजरला दाखवायचं एंटर दी नंबर्स म्हणायचं. मी 1 एंटर केल्यानंतर एंटर दी नंबर येणार आणि नंबर मी एंटर केल्यानंतर मग स्टॅटिक बरोबर काय आउटपुट येतं ते तुम्ही दाखवायचं. समजा 2 असेल, दुसरा ऑप्शन एंटर केला. दुसरा ऑप्शन एंटर केला की पहिल्यांदा युजरला सांगायचं नंबर एंटर करा. नंबर एंटर केला की विदाउट स्टॅटिक काय असेल ते दाखवायचं. येते का लक्षात.
सर नंबर कोणता एंटर करायला हवा सर. सी इज इक्वल टू एंटर करायला हवायचं.
नो, यू कॅन टेक एनी नंबर फ्रॉम युजर. युजरला कुठलाही नंबर एंटर करायला सांगा.
इथं स्कॅनअप फंक्शन वापरावं लागेल ना.
येस मी तेच सांगतोय. ऍज इट इज ह्या प्रोग्रामला जाऊ नका. इथं आपण काय केलेलं आहे, इथं युजर कडून नंबर घेतलेला नाही कुठला.
हा सर आणलं.
Okay, or just a minute. What we have done here. Okay. Just a minute to make one change. Instead of taking the numbers from user, okay, what you need to show to the user that just a minute. What is the program? C1C. Okay. Correct. फक्त काय करायचं, युजरला फक्त 2 चॉईस दाखवायच्या. 1 स्टॅटिक, 2 विदाउट स्टॅटिक. 1 टाकल्यानंतर डायरेक्ट आउटपुट शो करा, 2 टाकल्यानंतर डायरेक्ट आउटपुट शो करा आणि चेंज काय आहे तो युजरला दाखवा. आणि हा प्रोग्राम तुमचा कंटिन्युअस लूप मध्ये पाहिजे. ओके, 3 चॉईस युजरला दाखवायच्या. 1 इज फॉर स्टॅटिक, 2 इज फॉर नॉन स्टॅटिक, 3 is for exiting from the program. So user has 3 choices. When user enters 3, then only user will be coming out from the program. Otherwise user will be continuously in the loop. Okay, so these are the 3 choices to the user. येते का लक्षात सगळ्यांच्या. नंबर युजर कडून घेऊ नका. आहे हाच प्रोग्राम करायचा आपल्याला, कारण इथं आपण कुठे युजर कडून नंबर घेतले नाहीत. फंक्शन कॉल करायचं 4 वेळा. बघा परत एकदा सांगतो. युजरला 3 चॉईसेस दाखवायच्या. 1 स्टॅटिक, 2 नॉन स्टॅटिक, 3 एक्झिट. ओके, मी 1 प्रेस केल्यानंतर तुमचं जे काही डिस्प्ले फंक्शन आहे ते 4 वेळा एक्झिक्यूट व्हायला पाहिजे आणि 4 वेळा एक्झिक्यूट झाल्यानंतर जे आउटपुट मगाशी तुम्ही दाखवत होता ते दिसलं पाहिजे इथं. समजा मी 2 टाकलं तुमचं डिस्प्ले फंक्शन 4 वेळा एक्झिक्यूट झाल्यानंतर जे आउटपुट येते ते दिसलं पाहिजे. फक्त मागाचाच प्रोग्राम आहे, याच्यात चेंजेस काय केलेत आपण, वी आर जस्ट गिव्हिंग द चॉईस टू युजर, दॅट इज ओनली द चेंज. Otherwise program is same. Don't take any number from the user because here we are not asking the user to enter the number. समजलं अक्षय आता? अक्षय कॅन यू हिअर मी?
हा सर.
समजलं का आता काय करायचं ते?
हा सर, तुम्ही जे सांगितलं ते स्विच केसचा हे होत आहे ना.
कुठलं? मी सुरुवातीला सांगितलं ते.
हा, पण जर इफ एल्स न करायचं म्हटलं तर
करू शकता इफ एल्स न पण, कारण
मी
इफ एल्स आणि स्विच केस
मी इफ एल्स न केलंय सर.
चालतंय की, पण आता आपल्याकडे 3 चॉईस आहेत ना, मग इफ एल्स इफ ला जावं लागेल आपल्याला.
हा सर.
You can do this by if else if, no issue. You can use switch case or if else if.
ओके सर.
Okay. Is there anyone who wants to present, or can I take the next part, next program? This is the second storage class, static storage class. Okay. काय असेल मग स्टॅटिक स्टोरेज क्लास मध्ये? Whenever we are assigning the static storage class to a variable, that variable will be initialized only for once. Whenever we are updating the variable, every time it will take the updated value. It will not be initialized further to the previous value. It will take the updated value. We can see that output. Every time it is taking the updated value with static storage class. And memory to the static variable is allocated at the time of compilation itself, and it is allocated only for once. Okay. This is the difference between static variable and non-static variable. Then third is a storage register storage class. Is there anyone who wants to present, or shall I go with next point? कोणाला प्रेझेंट करायचं आहे का प्रोग्राम? जास्त वेळ घेऊ नका.
सर आय एम डन.
अक्षय, यू वॉन्ट्स टू प्रेझेंट?
सर झालाय, केला मी.
करा, प्रेझेंट करा. Display and display 2 I is equal to 1. Display 1 will be called, else if I is equal to 2, display 2 will called else exit.
रन करू सर?
करा, रन करा. करता का सर? लेक्चर चालू. For with static press, for static press 1, without static press 2. 1 विथ स्टॅटिक आहे ना. मग विथ स्टॅटिक म्हटल्यानंतर बघा, थोडं आउटपुट स्क्रीनवरती व्यवस्थित डिस्प्ले करा की. एंटर. enter करा आता 2 enter that should not happen. That is what I was telling you, that your program must be in continuous execution. When I press 3, then only you will come out of the program. Till that time you will be in a continuous loop, so you have to use either do while loop or while loop. Are you getting this?
हा सर.
You try this. In the meanwhile, I will ask someone else. Rohit, you can present. Rohit.
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
हाँ. Is there any problem, Rohit, with you?
Sir, I'm
Okay, in the
joining through
meanwhile,
PC.
I ask to someone else. Oh, okay. Will it require some time?
Sir, within 1 minute, sir. I'm entering the code now.
Okay, see the program, and we will take the next program now. Is it executing correctly?
Yes, sir.
Select an option: 1 with static, 2 without static, 3 exit. Okay, okay, very good. 1. 11, 16, 21, 26. Select correct, correct. Very nice. That was the expectation. Yes. 2. Very nice. And 3. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. Correct, correct. Very nice. Okay. Akshay, have you seen the program? So likewise, you should print the output the way Rohit printed the output. Okay, Akshay.
Yes, sir.
Try to do this. In the meanwhile, I will present the program. Next program. So next storage class is a register storage class. Actually, we are not at all using this storage class nowadays. Okay, previously when our system was register classes, what is the use of this register class? To execute the particular variable faster. Okay, because whenever we are entering the value, whenever we are storing the variable, that variable is stored into the RAM. You can see the next statement. Variables are stored in a RAM. Okay. But when we store the variable into the RAM, it takes little bit of time to execute because compiler has to search that variable into that physical memory, into that RAM. Okay. As compared to this, if we store the variable into the register instead of storing the variable into the RAM, if we store the variable into the register, then it will execute little bit faster as compared to the RAM. RAM सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे ना?
हा सर.
येस और नो? हा. सो व्हेरिएबल नॉर्मली कुठे स्टोअर केला जातो? ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही व्हेरिएबल युजर कडून घेता त्यावेळेस तो व्हेरिएबल रॅम मध्ये स्टोअर केला जातो. पण व्हेरिएबल जर तुम्ही रॅम मध्ये स्टोअर केला तर तो एक्झिक्यूट व्हायला थोडा वेळ लागतो. व्हाय इट इज सो? कंपायलर नीड्स टू सर्च दॅट व्हेरिएबल इनटू द मेमरी, सो इट रिक्वायर्स सम टाइम. बट instead of storing that variable into RAM, if we store that variable into register, it will execute little bit faster compared to the RAM, and it is applicable to local variable only. This type of storage class is applicable to local variable. Okay. As a variable is stored in a register, the maximum size of variable is equal to maximum size of register. Okay, register ची जेवढी साइज आहे तेवढाच व्हेरिएबल तुम्ही स्टोअर करू शकता. इफ सपोज साइज ऑफ द रजिस्टर इज 2 byte and you want to store the float variable into the register, that variable will not be stored into that register. Why it is so? The size, so that register is not able to store that float variable. So that is why this statement is highlighted. Maximum size of variable is equal to maximum size of register. तेवढाच रजिस्टरच्या साइज एवढाच व्हेरिएबल असला पाहिजे, तेवढा किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी. Okay. And you, when suppose you are storing the variable into the register, at that time you cannot use this okay, whenever you are storing the variable into register, you cannot use this ampersand. Means what? You cannot take the value from user. We know that ampersand operator we are using normally whenever we value from user. Okay, and by using scanf statement and this ampersand, we are storing the variable to we are storing the value to particular variable. So whenever you are storing the value into the register, at that time you cannot use the ampersand, that is you cannot take the value from user. Okay, and this is generally used for faster access that we have discussed. समजते सगळ्यांना? लक्ष देते सगळ्यांच्या? See this program, you will understand it. Number 1 and number 2, these are two integer numbers. Okay, and sum is also one integer number, but this variable sum is stored into register. You can see register is a keyword that indicates that some variable sum is stored into register, but number 1 and number 2, these two variables are stored into RAM. Okay, now first number is entered, पहिला नंबर तुम्ही एंटर केला, number 1 मध्ये स्टोर केला, second number you have entered, stored to number 2, and you have performed the addition. Now this result is stored into variable sum, which is a register, which is stored into the register. Okay, येते का लक्षात सगळ्यांच्या? जर समजा मी नंबर 1 आणि नंबर 2 रजिस्टर मध्ये स्टोअर केलं, कॅन आय टेक द व्हॅल्यू फ्रॉम युजर? If I store number 1 and number 2 into the register, can I take the value from user?
No sir.
Yes or no?
No sir.
No. Okay, if I write here register, suppose if I write here register, so at that time print enter the number 1, I will not be able to store that number into variable number 1. Why it is so? Because this number 1, and whenever variable is stored into register, this ampersand operator cannot be used. You can see here in a scanf statement you are using the ampersand operator. You cannot use that ampersand operator whenever variable is stored into the register. You can see number 1, number 2, two variables are stored into register, so you cannot use this ampersand, and you know that without ampersand we cannot store the value into variable. Okay, so these variables cannot be stored into the register, but this third variable you can store into the register, because here we are not taking the value of sum from the user. Okay, ट्राय करताय का हा प्रोग्राम बघा. Within 2 minutes, if you try to execute this program, you will understand it. इथं रजिस्टर लिहून बघा अगोदर काय होते आणि विदाउट रजिस्टर एक्झिक्यूट करून बघा काय होते. Don't take much time and try to execute this program within 2 minutes. I will check 2-3 programs and last storage classes remain that we will see and will stop. Yes. I am observing that some of the students, they have not joined since the start of lecture and now they are joining because of the attendance. So lectures are recorded. I will check who is joining at the last. If they are joining at the last before 15 to 20 minutes, they will not be considered as present for the lecture. You need to be present for whole lecture, then only you will be considered as present. Otherwise, I will mark you as absent. जर अटेंडन्स साठी तुम्ही 10-15 मिनिटं अगोदर जर जॉईन होत असाल तर तुम्ही ते कन्सिडर करणार नाही. मी चेक करणार आहे रेकॉर्डिंग, कोण कोण जॉईन होतं. रेकॉर्डिंग मध्ये सगळं दिसतंय. Okay, who will execute the program? Not a big program. Vedangi, can you execute the program?
Yes, sir, I am doing. Umesh Sate, can you execute? Umesh Sate, are you there?
I am done.
Who is there? Akshay.
Sir.
Can you show the program?
Yes, sir.
Okay, execute it. After CLR is CR, 1 is written. Come back to the program. Akshay. Hello.
Sir.
Yes, show me your program. स्क्रीन तुमची जागच्या जागी स्टॉप झाली बघा, प्रोग्राम दाखवा.
एक मिनिट सर.
हा.
स्टॉपेज एंडिंग होणं रिपीट करायचं सर.
सॉरी.
सर इथं
ओके, इज देअर. हा.
स्टॉपेज एंडिंग म्हणतोय पण सर ते काय होईना.
बर, ठीक आहे ठीक आहे. हा, दुसरं कोण प्रेझेंट करणार आहे का?
Can I present, sir?
येस येस येस.
Can I present?
येस येस, गो हेड लहू.
Can you say, sir?
येस येस
Hello?
येस. हा, एक्झिक्युटेड नाव. एंटर नंबर. हा करा, एंटर करा. ओके.
sir.
हा, नाव कम टू द प्रोग्राम.
Huh?
हा, आता इथं इंटिजर नंबर 1 नंबर 2 घेतलेला आहे. इंटिजरच्या अगोदर रजिस्टर लिहा बरं. नंबर 1 आणि नंबर 2 पण रजिस्टर मध्ये स्टोअर करा, बघा काय होते.
Error येतात, sir.
येस येस येस. व्हाय इट इज सो? बिकॉज, हा तुम्ही सांगा बरं, का का असं होतंय? Definitely you will get error, but what is the reason? Can you tell me the reason? Let it be if it is wrong. Lahu.
हाँ एक मिनट सर.
हाँ. Yes, yes, yes. The reason is that you are taking the number from user, and whenever you are taking number from user, at that time you need to use that ampersand. You cannot use that ampersand with register variable. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Ampersand sign cannot be used with register variable. Okay, so these variables are stored into register.
Yes.
Very good, very good. At least you have tried. Okay, next we will go for last storage class, that is nothing but the extern. Screen is visible, na? Slowly students are leaving the session. They will be marked as absent. Initially strength was 62, now only 50. I have not yet taken the attendance. External storage class. So this is the last storage class, external storage class. Okay. So this particular storage class indicates that the variable which you are using in your program, that variable is an external variable. Okay, that variable is an external variable. It means that that variable does not belong to your program. You are trying to refer the variable which is declared in some other program. Are you getting this? So whenever you are referring the external variable, कशाला म्हणायचं external variable? The variable which is not declared in your program, you are trying to refer the variable from another program. Such variable is called as an external variable, and scope of this variable is indicated by using the storage class extern. Okay. So see this program. This is program number 1. Now program number 2. First of all, see this program. Program number 1. So here we have declared one variable integer a. Okay, variable a is declared in file number 1. Forget about what we have done in this particular program. Just focus on this variable A. Variable A is declared in file number 1. Okay, now this is file number 2, that is this is different program. Now here you are trying to refer this variable A which is not declared in this program. This variable A is declared in this particular file. Okay, it means that this variable A is external variable for this program. इथं बघा variable A कुठेही declare केलेलं नाही. You are trying to refer that variable A which is declared in some other program. Voice is breaking. Whether voice is clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Ha.
No, sir. No.
So, just a minute, where we were. आवाज क्लिअर येतो ना सगळ्यांना? हा, येस येस, ओके. बघा परत एकदा सांगतो, दिस इज प्रोग्राम नंबर 1. इन दिस प्रोग्राम यू हॅव डिक्लेअर्ड वन व्हेरिएबल इंटिजर ए. Okay, now forget about for what purpose we are using that variable A in this program. Focus on this variable A. One thing is that this variable must be globally declared in order to use that variable in another program. If you want to use this particular variable A in other program, the condition is that this variable must be globally declared in this program. You can see that variable A is globally declared, okay, in this program. Now come to this program, program number 2. Here we are trying to refer this variable A which is not declared in this program. So this extern indicates that variable A is an external variable. Okay, variable A is an external variable which is declared in some other program. Now you can refer that variable A. If you print the value of variable A, it will display this value only. It will display this value only. समझते सगळ्यांना हे? एक्सटर्न व्हेरिएबल, एक्सटर्न स्टोरेज क्लास काय इंडिकेट करतो की जो व्हेरिएबल तुम्ही इथं यूज करताय तो व्हेरिएबल ह्या प्रोग्रामचा पार्ट नाही, तो दुसऱ्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये मधून तुम्ही रेफर करताय, म्हणून त्याला काय म्हटलेलं आहे, एक्सटर्नल व्हेरिएबल. ओके, सो दिस इज हाऊ these are the 4 different storage classes. समजलं का हे सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो हा प्रोग्राम सगळ्यांनी एक्झिक्यूट करून बघा. वाटलंच तर हा प्रोग्राम तुम्ही टाइप करून ठेवा किंवा लिहून घ्या, तोपर्यंत मी अटेंडन्स घेतो. दिस इज फाईल नंबर 1. फक्त कंडिशन काय आहे, फाईल नंबर 1 मध्ये तुमचा तो व्हेरिएबल ग्लोबली डिक्लेअर असायला पाहिजे. जर ग्लोबली असेल तरच तुम्ही तो कुठल्याही फाईल मध्ये एक्झिक्यूट करू शकता, कुठल्याही फाईल मध्ये यूज करू शकता. कंडिशन काय आहे, ग्लोबली डिक्लेअर असायला पाहिजे. ओके, in the meanwhile we will take the attendance. टुडे आज किती तारीख आहे, 7 आहे का? 7. हा, रोल नंबर 1.
Yes, sir.
Reply faster. Roll number 2. 2.
Yes, sir.
3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
3 दोन वेळा दोघांनी कोणी दिले अटेंडन्स? दोघींचा रोल नंबर 3 आहे का? Who is roll number 3?
Yes, sir. अमृताने दिली होती सर मागायची.
हा, तुमचा आहे का रोल नंबर 3?
हॅलो.
प्राप्ती.
हा. Yes, sir.
ठीक आहे. रोल नंबर 4.
Yes, sir.
5.
Present, sir.
6.
Present, sir.
7.
Present, sir.
8.
Present, sir.
9.